Hello, everyone. We're currently in Module 3, where the topic is intergovernmental fiscal relations. Uh, in this module, we'll also discuss fiscal policy along with monetary policy and how that can have an impact on state and local governments. As you know, in Module 2, the focus was on understanding costs, and in particular, we paid close attention to the importance of understanding costs as a public manager. Um, I asked a question in your reflective essay: what's the importance, or how important is it to have an understanding of costs if you are the manager of a department or a unit that doesn't have isn't specifically or keenly related to finance or budgeting. So in those examples, perhaps you're the manager of health and human services or public safety, and the finance department or the budgeting office will actually handle most of the financial responsibilities. So the question becomes, how important is it to you, or how valuable is it to you to have this understanding of cost? And what I've seen from your reflective essays almost universally is that you do need to have an understanding of cost, and in particular because it allows you to make critical decisions. And almost more importantly, it allows you to ask critical questions. So once you're in a position to lead an organization, you need to be able to also ask critical questions that will help you and help serve your constituents that your organization or department actually serves. So in Module 3, as I mentioned, we're looking at intergovernmental fiscal relations. And one thing in particular that is important, in one of the articles, the Conlin article, it discusses the emergence of the Intergovernmental Fiscal Relations Advisory Board for then President Eisenhower, and how that emerged and under what circumstances. And really, what I want you to take away from that is that the relationship between the federal, state, and local government should be seen as a collaboration and not as competitors. And over the last, I'd say, 15 to 20 years, that relationship has become much more competitive, and there are several reasons for that. The article does go into detail in explaining why that relationship has eroded. But overall, when that relationship is strong, when the fiscal relationship between the federal, state, and local governments is strong, then that only benefits our society and our economy, our growing economy. So the homework assignment, the second public financial management assignment, revolves around that Conlin article. The first question does. So pay particular attention to the article. And then the second question asks for you to take on the role or assume the role of Intergovernmental Fiscal Relations Advisor to the President, and what suggestions you would make to him based on the scenario that I present. So obviously over time that relationship has eroded, and again the Conlin article does talk to that. And in addition, the Palmer and Penner article discussed that in a little bit more detail. So it gives us an idea on why this relationship continues to erode and what potentially can be done in the future. One of the things that I also want you to be mindful of, and this is seen in your reflective essay, is or the question I posed in the module specific area is how do federal fiscal policies impact state and then also impact local governments. So obviously, when the federal government establishes some type of fiscal policy, it does have an impact on us locally and also at the state level. But think about how those issues, how those revenue generating ideas and expenditure decisions do have an impact on us at the local level. I think it's important to understand that, but not only because of the reflective essay, but also because in your fiscal policy paper, you'll also be asked to describe the relationship that the fiscal policy you're discussing has on state and local government. So keep that in mind as undercurrent throughout the rest of the quarter. And undoubtedly, if you do have any questions, please send me an email or give me a call. I'd be happy to answer those for you. It's important that I think that you have a keen understanding, and we go somewhat incrementally throughout the course of this quarter, so that by the time that we hit we hit week 7 or 8, then you're really ready to dive into the assessing of financial conditions, and also be able to apply that to the locality that you wish to do for your research paper. All right, thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week.